found in everything from baseball bats to spaceships. But it's best known as the last obstacle in your journey to drink wine. Yes, sometimes decoy. I'm not talking about popping open a wine bottle. I'm talking about how cork is harvested in the first place, by these guys. Manual cork harvesters in Portugal. It's a job so difficult and yet so artful. Machines have yet to render it obsolete. Welcome to Portugal, where cork is the national tree. Cork is native to the Mediterranean basin, but nowhere does it grow more than here.
Portugal have 35% of all cork trees in the world. This tree needs very special conditions of humidity and hot weather.
Since cork trees can live for 200 years, Gonçalo's trees are the exact same trees his parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents also cared for.
The cork harvesting is a process that can only be done by hand. The men work always in a team of tools. First, they cut the tree like a tailor. They draw the tree with several cuts to open the cork. When they tool the axe, they also twist the hand to open the cork. After that, with the side of the blade, they will open and separate the cork from the tree.
Como eu costumo dizer, isto sai do cabedal. Porque andar aqui 8 horas, com 40 graus de calor, com formigas, com sujidade, chegamos ao fim do dia completamente desgastados.
Isto vem passando de geração para geração, derivado à maneira de ensino pelos cortes nas árvores, para não ferir as árvores. Ao longo destes anos todos, só o que mudou foi a escada que era de madeira passou a ser alumínio.
The men learn from quite young to just cut the cork and doesn't cut the layer of the cork tree. If the man cut the layer, that's a problem. They will harm the tree and open an entrance for bugs and other diseases.
Once a tree is harvested, it won't be cut again for another 9 years. This keeps the bark healthy and the harvest tradition alive for the generations to come.
To all our generations, we take care of our trees like we take care of our sons. This is very important for us.
Come on, man, just do it. When you're a world-famous programmer, you'll look back and wish you had done that.
I don't know.
Open mind. Be the star of your adventure.
Amongst the stunning hills of central Georgia is a small, humble monastery, and it sits 130 feet above ground. Katsky Pillar is a natural limestone rock that extends out from the landscape below. While the site has held religious significance throughout history, what is sat atop this pillar has changed over the centuries. In pagan times, the pillar symbolized the god of fertility. Then, Georgia turned to Christianity during the 4th century, and Katsky Pillar became home to people choosing to live a life in isolated prayer. It was then abandoned from around the 1400s until 1944, when climbers discovered the ruins of a church. In 1997, Father Maximus at the Orthodox Church arrived with the vision to rebuild. He resided at the pillar's base while working on solo construction of the monastery at the top. Since 2014, no one has lived permanently at the peak. However, the site is constantly maintained for longevity, and the mission work of the Katsky Pillar monks takes place at a lower altitude.
On the Italian island of Sardinia, there is a delicacy that has been consumed for thousands of years. It is known as the world's most dangerous cheese. Yeah, you heard right. Meet Simone Iva, a third-generation sheep farmer.
Abbiamo circa 250-300 pecore che produciamo latte. Di questo una parte di questo latte lo utilizziamo per fare del formaggio Kasumarzu.
Kasumarzu literally means rotten cheese, and it's not for the faint of heart, because this cheese is infested with thousands of live maggots. And while that might seem a bit off-putting at first, it's the maggots that give the cheese its distinctive texture and flavor. Here's how it works. First, a traditional wheel of pecorino cheese is made from sheep's milk. Then, a special fly called a cheese fly is allowed to lay its eggs in it.
In una quarantina di giorni la forma sarà completamente invasa dalla mosca casearia e dalle sue larve.
Over the course of 2 to 3 months, the maggots eat the cheese and then excrete it out again, transforming it into the soft and creamy Kasumarzu.
Per il sapore piccante e il sapore diverso, gusto pastoso, glielo dà il lavoro che fa la mosca.
Today, it's a favorite for special occasions like weddings and birthday parties. But eating this cheese can be dangerous.
Secondo qualcuno il verme continua a vivere all'interno. Non è così, se no saremmo pieni di vermi, no? Perché ne mangiamo da una vita.
Even though cases like this are extremely rare, it's risky enough that the cheese is illegal to sell. But farmers like Simone continue to make it for themselves.
Sono pochi quelli che fanno ancora il formaggio male. Però l'ho sempre conosciuto. Mio nonno l'ha conosciuto, i miei nonni, i miei zii.
And they just can't get enough.
It is an eternal island of legend, a place of unimaginable beauty, and a growing evil, where the forces of death and
Fondue. It's this thing we do with cheese. We melt it, we dip it, we eat it. In the 70s, it became super popular, but that didn't just happen by chance. There was an ominous force behind it, a real-life cheese cartel. 100 years ago, cheese was a hot commodity in Switzerland. It was exported at high volumes and played a major role in the Swiss economy. But that all changed after World War I. European countries devastated by the war could no longer afford to buy expensive imported cheese, which was bad news for Switzerland. So the government stepped in and they formed the Cheese Union. Basically, it was a cartel, and it worked like this. The first thing they did was force every dairy farmer and cheesemonger to fix the price of cheese, eliminating competition, meaning everyone could stay in the game. The cheese cartel also told them exactly how much cheese to make and limited the varieties. So instead of making thousands of different kinds of cheese, they only made 7. And it worked. The cartel controlled the cheese supply for decades. By the 70s, they got greedy and wanted to expand their cheese racket globally. So they introduced the world to a dish already popular in the freezing cold Alps, fondue. By marketing cheese for fondue, the cartel was able to sell more. I mean, think about it. It takes a lot, and I mean a lot of cheese to fill a pot. But as with most cartels, things got shady. Money went missing, people went to jail, and by the 1990s, the Swiss Cheese Union was dismantled. So there you have it. The reason we know and love fondue is because of a shady government program that convinced the world to consume massive amounts of melted cheese.
What makes a sauce ragu? Is it our 80-year heritage? Or is it the fresh taste born of farm-grown ingredients? Actually,
this is the aluminum ball challenge.
We are doing the aluminum foil ball challenge.
It swept the internet. It was pretty much people making smooth, shiny balls out of aluminum foil. It originated in Japan, but the story doesn't end there. It gets more meta, because this challenge actually came from another tradition in Japan. And in true Japanese fashion, that tradition is pretty spectacular. Doladango is a Japanese art form in which earth and water are molded to create a delicate, shiny sphere. That's a nice way of saying that these are very fancy mud balls. And when it comes to making doladango in Japan, kyokomiki is one of the best.
泥団子とは泥と団子を組み合わせた言葉です。14年間泥団子作りをしております。泥が光るというのにすごく興味を持ちました。泥団子は粘土質の土でなければ固まることができないので、粘土質の土があれば強く丸めて固めることができます。
Mother, mother, mother. Mother, mother, mother. Mother, mother, mother. Hi.
What do you want to play? A game?
I'm playing Slime Rancher.
Oh.
I have a broadcast up, so if you want to... I guess you could stay in the party if you want to.
Okay. I'm gonna play Rainbow, though.
I'll get on Rainbow in a little bit, but I'm gonna play Slime Rancher right now. Do you know what Slime Rancher is?
Yeah, I remember playing it at Gavin's house.
Do you know what Draven looks like? You know Draven the killer?
Yeah.
Huh?
He looks like a pale chicken.
Yeah, with those J's and all those.
I love you too.
Love you too. Okay, so that's on fast. Eat all of my pogo fruit.
You can get Nathan Uncharted the collection thing and Goat Simulator for PlayStation Plus.
I don't have PlayStation Plus.
Oh.
I could buy it again. No, I lost it. I can still play the games for some reason.
Dude,
But I already bought something, so I don't wanna. Yeah, because my mother's probably gonna say no. Yeah, she said yep. My cube berries are done. Here, after I wake up, on my game,
yeah, that's so right. It says new PlayStation 4 games, Minecraft.
It's not new.
No.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up, wait
a minute, something ain't right here.
Something ain't right here.
Let me collect all these slime plorts. I think they're called slime plorts. Something like that. Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. Schmickens. Baka baka. Baka baka. Baka baka. Baka baka. Okay, now let me go to sweep. Oh wait, I got some mail on.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Something. Did you see that thing that I texted you? Well, the